We never had this before. It's the first time since 26 years we're open, or 27 years now. Yeah.
What's it been like for business? Are people still coming down here?
Yeah, we never had a problem. We still have our customers. Yeah. Hopefully it calms down pretty soon and we get back to normal. So.
Are you worried if the lake rises some more, for example?
No, I guess we hit the peak. The only thing is no storm, that would make things worse. Otherwise, I guess we have the peak and slowly getting down. Yeah.
You've got all your food and everything above the
We rented a container. We have all the dry storage. We took everything out. We have it in a container in place, so we're all good. It was a little bit of hassle, but we went through and everything is under control.
When it's all over and you start thinking about recovery and what you have to do, I mean, what are you looking at here, and are you worried about that?
I'm not worried about. We let the water go and then we put dryers in and there we are, vented good.
We rented 2 pumps, a 4-inch pump and a 2-inch pump, and all the hose. And we started pumping 2 weeks ago. We were working round the clock, 24/7, 3-hour shifts, 6-hour shift overnight. We did it for 2 weeks. About 4 or 5 days ago, we had a general meeting, and these 4 factors were brought up for a decision. First, no one knows when the lake's going to go down, and even after it crests, we're still going to have water at a centimeter a day for however long that would take, a month or so. Secondly, 24/7 for a small congregation like ours, even with some outside help, is not sustainable. We're not young anymore, so it was a bit of a strain on everybody. Thirdly, the cost of rental equipment was substantial, and fourthly, the reason was that we had already had a flood, maybe a ½ inch, and the opinion that we received was the floor is now saturated, the baseboards, the base of the walls are all saturated, so 2 or 3 inches more are not going to do that much more damage. So on the basis of those four elements, we pulled the pumps out at 12:36 p.m. on Thursday. It was a very tough decision to make. It was a bit of a heartbreaker because we had put everything we had into it for 2 weeks, but practically it was the right decision. We just could not sustain it.
That's not unique, certainly, to Peachland within the region. Every area's got groundwater table issues at this point in time, and as the lake came up, the groundwater table also comes up. And there's a bit of a lag there. Well, it'll still get higher in some areas than it is today because the lake remains high. And then once the lake starts to go down, it'll lag in the groundwater table receding again. So. Yeah, groundwater issues are widespread throughout the region. Even if you don't have groundwater issues today, you might next week because of that time lag, and it could persist for some time.
We have right now 20 unit crew members from Vanderhoof, just west of Prince George. But yeah, we got 10 here, then 10 helping the local fire department. We're just filling up some sandbags, and we're just making sure the shoreline, it's not going to erode anymore. So right now there's some rocks that they filled up, but we're just going to keep on sandbagging the softer areas just so the erosion will stop, hopefully.
It took some damage, so we're refortifying there and also fortifying along Beach Avenue. With some barrier dams and sandbags to protect against wave inundation at this point in time more than actual lake level increase. A couple of concerns going forward here now are wind-driven events, and that's going to continue to be a problem for the next month at least while the lake remains high. And the other stuff is floating debris on the lake. So people need to watch out for it, and there's a lot of debris getting closer, to shore all the time too. So, some of these things are if they're docks, there's going to be nails and whatever in. So I think it's just be careful when you're around these things.
Well, we went down overnight, which is good. We consistently check the reading every morning. And as of this morning, we were down about 8 millimeters from the day before. The lake is still extremely high, so all of the waterfront properties are still very vulnerable because it's high. So we're telling everyone, keep all of your measures in place. If you've put up protective measures, make sure they're still working. Check your sandbagging, check your retaining walls, all that you have in place, and make sure they're still working. And don't remove any debris yet. We are getting a number of calls from the public. Where can I take this old dock that washed up and stuff like that? We're actually saying just leave it for now. We will be coming out with information about where you can take all that stuff and what you can do with your sandbags. Obviously, we want a coordinated Okanagan Lake approach. So there is some work that we have to do behind the scenes to make sure we know what we want to advise the public, where to take the stuff.